Tell us about the reporting, first of all. You actually went to Palo Alto and visited Sam Bankman-Fried at his home.
That's right. So we spent a few weeks digging into this subject and trying to get more of an insight into the friendship between Sam and Gary. I went to California and I sat down with Sam inside his parents' house. He's living there at the moment under house arrest after being granted bail and putting up a $250 million bond. So I spent a couple of hours with him and spoke about his friendship with Gary Wang. Those two started FTX together. They met in math camp. That friendship blossomed through the university studies, and then they ended up becoming these crypto billionaires. So we spoke to Sam, obviously, and then people who went to school with Gary and Sam, went to university with them, and then former FTX colleagues as well.
So, I mean, it's so fascinating that these two incredibly intelligent people were so vastly different, right? I mean, Sam Bankman-Fried is tweeting out every part of his life all the time, or certainly was, until very recently. And Gary Wang, I guess, is not a very prevalent person on social media, right? You got access to SBF. I'm assuming Gary Wang didn't want to answer the phone and talk to you. So it's interesting to me when I come down to the line about no one's sure who's controlling who. Is there a possibility that Wang was controlling SBF, or was it definitely Sam like pulling the strings on Gary Wang?
That's an interesting question. I think people inside FTX who worked very closely with them have spoken to sort of the strength and their unusual bond. I think because they had that history together, and you're right, they were like chalk and cheese. Sam had this very large public profile, this big persona, and Gary Wang sort of operated in the shadows. There are barely any photographs of him online. He has very little social media presence as well. But they did work in partnership for a lot of the time in building Alameda Research and FTX as well. So I guess we'll see at trial who will make those arguments about who was following orders from who. We've got a picture of a partnership and a friendship, but Gary has suggested in his evidence to prosecutors already that he was directed to do certain things, so he was following orders.